Welcome back for another episode of the Chamber Podcast. My name is Rob Johnson. We have a very interesting episode. We'll call it a landmark episode on the docket today. Joining me in studio is the incoming president of the Brighton Chamber of Commerce, Gavin Johnson.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, Rob.
Welcome, sir.
My pleasure.
So there is a changing of the guard, so to speak, at the Chamber. Now, Pam McConeghy, who's been a tremendous president and CEO of the Chamber, has decided to retire. And incoming Gavin Johnson.
That's me. Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I'm invigorated. It's a different role for me coming from the high school, the principalship of the high school at Brighton, but very much the same. You know, living in the community I love, talking to the people I already know. You know, in my past 14 years, I've graduated about 7,000 kids. That's lots of parents, lots of kids. I love this area. I love events. It's just a perfect fit for me. So I couldn't be more excited.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you in. And at the top of this, I wanted to say, listeners that have heard this podcast, you know, from inception, we're well over 100 episodes, but people know how much I love Pam and how much she has been a phenomenal instrument in the Chamber. And just, she is the reason my business is in Brighton. And that is 100% truth. When I first looked at property in Brighton to, you know, set up our building, the first thing I did was schedule a meeting with Pam because she made such a great impression on me when I had my fractional office over in Howell. So the first thing I did was I needed to meet with Pam, need to talk about how we can get integrated with the Chamber. So Pam's been a huge force in my life, and I'm certainly sad to see her go, but I understand that, you know, things have to change. You know, she wants to retire, and I completely understand that. And I'm also excited that you're coming in with your background and experience, and that's change is always a good thing. Mm-hmm. You know, we should always never be like, oh no, Pam's not there. Like that's her decision. Gavin's in, and I'm super excited to see what you do at the helm of the Chamber.
Well, you know, coming into Pam's shoes is quite intimidating. Everywhere I go, people are like, gosh, you have big shoes to fill. You have big shoes to fill. But you may remember I replaced a guy named Ken Hammond, who they called Mr. Brighton at the high school. So it's my second time of filling some big shoes. Pam has been amazing in this community, and for you to say that she made you come here, it just invigorates me more about the job. Because when I worked at the high school, I felt like I was changing lives. I felt I had the chance to impact lives. For her to say that, or for you to say that she made an impact on you and your business, that makes me really have steam in my shoes, man. I'm ready to go. I mean, I want to make a difference. That's why I like this role. I could have went back into education or the private sector in different ways, but I was looking for a role where I could still make a difference in the world. And for her to make a difference in your world and bring this company to downtown Brighton, that fires me up. Yeah,
she's been a tremendous advocate for our business and you know, hundreds of businesses in the area, and that's what I think attracts so many people to Pam and want to be a part of the Chamber. And you know, in the few meetings that we've had, some board meetings and whatnot, and hearing you speak, I'm just as excited to see what you do and how we can help partner with you on this new mission we have in front of us.
Well, I think that an outside perspective helps any business, any organization. That's what I can bring. I don't have experience in the Chamber, but I have experience in this community. And every person I've met so far, any business, any person, has just been so exciting to talk to. I mean, they really believe in the Chamber. I believe in the Chamber after 2 short days there. All I've done is learn what I don't know. But my work ethic, my enthusiasm for the job, my energy is going to make up for that until I learn those skills. But I mean, just talking to you right now, I've already made a good contact. I'm going to come steal ideas from you.
Good.
Put them in the Chamber and make it a better community and better place for prosperous business for all of us.
I love it. Steal all the ideas. That's
I
what
will.
we want. We want the Chamber to be, you know, everything needs to continue to, you know, be a helpful resource to businesses, especially startups, people that are just getting things rolling. Because then when they go from 1 employee to 100, and the Chamber's been a constant force in all of that, it just helps build both brands, both entities. It's a win-win for everybody.
It is. My friends keep asking me, what do you do at the Chamber? I'm like, my job is to make other people successful, make businesses successful, make our community successful. I do believe that great businesses in a community make a great community. And I think I bring that in my heart and my soul from the school. I really believe in creating a really civic-minded citizenship. And I think that businesses can do that. When they're successful and they're happy in in a place, they're going to give back. And when they give back, we build a better community, better place for people to live, work, get married, stay forever, build better businesses. So I know Brighton is prosperous without me. I just want to put my little stamp on it and make sure people are supported in the business community and people want to love living here. And it's already happening, so I'm kind of lucky. I mean, I've been lucky to be the principal. Now I'm lucky to be the Chamber president. I'm just a lucky guy, and I got to make sure I don't mess that up.
Yeah, I don't think there's any risk in that. I do want to ask you though, Gavin. So I know being on the executive board of the chamber, going through the process and all of that. So you're a super talented guy. You had a lot of prospects, a lot of things you could do with your successful tenure at Brighton High School. But tell me what made you land on the chamber overall, and what kind of attracted you to saying, okay, this is what my next phase is going to be.
Well, I met with a gentleman I really respect. You know him well, Kevin McConeghy, and I wanted to pick his brain about how do I transition from the public sector to a private sector job where I still could make a difference. I could have done several things, went back in education. I just felt like it was time for a change, but I was still asking those questions, like, how do I make a difference? My daughters, I like to role model for them. My stepfather and my brother have made a difference in my lives and in the community, and I just still wanted to do something that's valuable, other than just make money for Gavin's pocket. And so I met with Kevin, and a couple weeks later, he goes, "Hey, I just heard something. I think I've got the perfect job for you." And he told me about the chamber presidency. And I said, "Kevin, I'm not sure that's me. I'm not a business guy." And he goes, "No, this is about communication, about connection, about love of community, about passion, about work ethic, and it's you." And so Kevin laid the framework for me to get over to the chamber and talk to Pam, and started feeling it in my heart. And then met with the board, of course, interviewed. I felt like there was a good fit, and they felt the same way, and here we are. I think it is a good fit. I get to see, I walked in here, saw one of my students interning for you. Everywhere I go, I see my students in this community because they love it too. And I see that fit, and I feel it. So in my heart, my soul, this doesn't feel like work, and neither did the principalship at the high school. And you get to make a difference. What could be a better job in the world than you have that ability to help others? And I believe in that.
Yeah. And that's cool because when you see that you're making an impact, the work that you're doing is strengthening your business, whether it's a particular networking group that you're throwing on, or, just an event at the chamber that's connecting more businesses, like you see, there's a tangible impact that you're making at the chamber. And I'm excited to see what you do with that. Because I know, in the short time I've known you and the couple interviews that we've done back and forth, like I can see your heart for it. And obviously your heart in the public sector with education. I think it's going to translate perfectly into, the job as the president of the chamber. I can't wait to see what happens.
I'm pretty thrilled as well. I think the opportunities are endless. There's nothing, Pam keeps saying, "Gavin, you can do whatever you want to do. If it's good for the community, you can do it." Yep. And I like that. So I have some really long-term vision ideas. Finding employee student relationships in the schools, keeping our kids local and working for our businesses who need employees. I have all kinds of events in my head that are civic-minded events that can bring more business to our community. I got to learn the job today, listen and learn for 6 months. I'll need some patience and grace as I learn the job, learn the skill set, get out there and meet people. But every chamber member is going to have my personal cell phone number. If they have an issue, I want to be in their front door the next day, talking to that business owner. Those are easy things for me. Learning the skill set of the stuff I need to do at the chamber seat is a different thing. That's going to take a little while, so I will need some patience and grace as I go through that transition. But if you need to talk to me, you're going to have my cell phone number soon. I'm going to be communicating with all the membership on Monday from my seat. They'll have my contacts, and I can't wait to meet everybody. I know lots of folks, but I can't wait to get out there and pound the pavement. That's the easy part. I love that stuff. Just be patient with me as I learn the skill set of it.
Absolutely. And just for everyone listening, we're recording this on, what is today? July 30th. So that would be August 5th is when your initial comm to everybody is going to be going out the door. So if you're listening to this after August 5th, check your inbox.
There you go.
You'll have Gavin's number. You can start blowing him up, send him a bunch of texts.
I'm going to change my cell phone number because I've got hundreds of students that have my phone number. So in this transition to the chamber, I think I'll change my cell phone number and make it accessible to everybody soon here. I can't guarantee to be the 6th, but it's going to be very soon. Yeah, very good. So Gavin, as you look at, I know you've been on the job a couple days. You've been kind of a fly on the wall in the room for a couple of months, so to speak. So what are you looking forward to the most in the next 6 to 12 months as you transition into this role? I love to learn. I love to work. I love to get up early. Those are things that are just in me, always have been. I'm a 6 o'clock riser. The chamber doesn't really open till 9, so I got to transition there. But I think I'm getting to know all the people. I want every member to know me and know they can contact me, good or bad. I'm going to survey our membership, learn what they think the strengths of the chamber are, where some growth areas might be, where some grand ideas they might have. I'm not a smart guy. I steal good ideas, though. I do it really well. So I want our membership to know that I'm there for them like I was there for kids in that school. And I think most of the people in the community believe I was there for those kids. And once I'm here 6 to 12 months, I want the membership to know that I'm there for them. I'm there for that business. I'm there for this community. That all ties together. So listening and learning and getting to know a lot of folks. And then creating a long-term strategic plan that I bring back to the board, get their input after I get the input from all of our membership, and creating a chamber where people are like, I've got to be a member of that chamber because, and they can list the reasons. I don't have to listen for them. So that's where I look towards with a strategic plan. I'm a really kind of organized guy with calendar in mind. I want to have a 2-year calendar in place ahead of time so people know what's going to happen. We're not going to throw things at the wall. I want to plan well and organize well. But that just takes some time and some membership survey, data compilation, and really putting some strong goals in place that my membership tells me is what needs to be done, not what Gavin Johnson thinks needs to be done.
Absolutely. So if someone let's say there's someone that, they're seeing the transition happening and they're on the fence about the chamber, what can you tell them to look forward to if they join as a member of the chamber moving forward?
Yeah, I walked the Taste of Brighton quite a bit, and a few people weren't members. And they said, Gavin, you had my kids. I'm going to become a chamber member now. And I said, that's not the reason. The reason is I have to prove it to you first. I have to give you reasons where your business will prosper if you're the member. And so I said, give me some time. Don't become a member because you know me. That's the wrong reason. I'm going to fail before I succeed. And I'm going to fail because I'm going to try. And I learn a lot from mistakes. And these aren't going to be mistakes where kids' lives are endangered. But I'm going to make some mistakes, some missteps. I'm not a social media expert. I think we need to make some improvements in that area and make sure our chamber members know where to go for information they want from the chamber, and non-chamber members too. So we're losing 2 really valuable members at the chamber. It's going to take me some time to get all that in place, but I simply can't wait to get out in the streets, talk to people, and show, and they will know why they should be a member of the chamber, not because I tell them why. But I think if they see our long-term goals, after I have membership input, they'll feel very comfortable about joining the chamber.
I love it. I have 3 questions, 3 get to know Gavin questions to wrap up our episode today. And I'm sure we're going to do this a few more times before we close out the year. So we'll have a lot more conversations to be had. So just for the listeners, get to know you a little bit better. I want to know favorite book, favorite movie, favorite adult beverage.
Wow. Can I start with the movies?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can list like 100 of them. We did this last week.
You get to pick one. You get to pick one to watch on loop for the rest of your life.
Boy. I can't pick one comedy and one serious one. I have to pick one.
I'll let you split the difference.
All right, I've got to pick Step Brothers. I'm sorry. I can laugh all day, every day, tomorrow and yesterday at that movie. And I'm a big history fan, so I would probably pick, Apocalypse Now. Historical, but very, very deep movie. Very dark. And I love those movies that make you think. So, and then you said... favorite book, probably the Lewis and Clark expedition book, across the country. Incredible depth of what they learned when they went across the country, and I really like history and reading. So that's probably my favorite book of all time. Reread it about every year. So that's interesting. That was the last question, Rob.
Adult beverage.
Oh well, I am a huge beer and brewery fan. So I do have a vision of bringing a Livingston County Brewery Festival to the county. My brother Darren is a huge bourbon fan, so he teaches me about the great bourbons, and so I appreciate that. But I love going to all the breweries around the state. My wife and I travel extensively, and we try to go to several breweries monthly. We'd like tasting a beer too, so I'll leave it with beer.
All right, very good. Sounds like we're going to have some more chamber events at Brewery Becker.
I think we will.
All right, very good. Well, Gavin, I appreciate it, my friend.
My pleasure, Rob.
Welcome to the chamber, and we're excited to see what you do in your tenure here.
This has to be like every 3 months, all right, buddy?
We'll do it.
Okay, my pleasure.
We'll book it.
Thank you.
You're the boss now, so you do whatever you want. It's your show.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, take care. All right, everyone, this is going to wrap up this week's edition of the Chamber Podcast. I believe we're going to be doing a 2-week hiatus, and then stay tuned right after that for more episodes, more businesses, more going deep on the people that make Brighton tick. Apart from that, we'll catch you then. Take care.